just so sweet how everybody reacted to Carl. It's kind of like, ours is like a great old love story.
A woman who has become more than an icon. She's a global institution. Today, we are deconstructing the reality of Dolly Parton as she reaches the incredible milestone of 80 years old in 2026. But beneath the rhinestones and the unstoppable smile lies a story that the media giants have been afraid to tell. While the world celebrated her birthday,
Most people don't stay that close that long. It makes me happy.
Birthday on January 19th. A nightmare of health rumors and personal tragedy has been swirling behind the scenes, threatening to unclench her legendary grip on the stage. We are diving into the Hollywood secret of her recent sovereign battles, from the devastating loss of her husband of nearly 60 years, Carl Dean, in March 2025, to the hard medical procedures that forced her to postpone her.
When he says in the show, when he says, "Hello, I'm Carl Dean," that he gets an applause. And
her massive Las Vegas residency until September 2026. This isn't just a story about aging. It's about the strength of a woman who had to face her own mortality after neglecting her health to care for her dying partner, leading to a nightmare wave of concern sparked by
his whole thing was, he was famous for not being famous. He was famous.
Her own sister's plea for prayers. As she moves through March 2026, we reveal how Dolly is rigging her future with a sovereign digital legacy, ensuring her presence remains unstoppable through high-tech museums and Broadway biographies, even
for nobody knowing him, but I think that he'd appreciate.
And as she unclenches from the grueling life of a touring artist. Your subscription to this channel is absolutely vital because the YouTube algorithm often tries to bury the hard and independent truth about our most beloved stars. And by subscribing and leaving your like, you're sending a sovereign signal that you demand the raw and real story of these icons. For those who want to support our unstoppable investigation into the dark side of Hollywood, the Super Thanks feature is open, but if you can't contribute financially, simply comment on what part of Dolly's 80-year journey has shocked you the most. Stay with us until the very end because the final revelation about Dolly's secret 2026 projects and her sovereign health update will leave you absolutely impacted. Theme 1, the night.
How I presented our love, and like I say, that's a loss.
Fair of 2025, the loss of Carl Dean and the sovereign sacrifice. In this first hard segment of our investigation, we deconstruct the nightmare year that changed the sovereign life of Dolly Parton forever. While the media giants have always portrayed her marriage to the reclusive Carl Dean as a fairy tale of independence, the hard truth revealed in the hidden transcript of 2025 is a story of unstoppable devotion that led to a hard physical and emotional collapse. We are uncovering.
Nobody can ever know that unless you've experienced it yourself. But anyhow,
a Hollywood secret. Dolly's transition into her 80th year was nearly derailed by a sovereign sacrifice that unclenched her from her own career for the first time in 6 decades. The hard reality of March 2025 remains the most nightmare chapter of her life. The transcript of her inner circle reveals that after Carl Dean's health began to hard decline, Dolly Unstoppable transformed her Tennessee estate into a sovereign private hospital. She reportedly unclenched from all public appearances, refusing to leave his side as he battled the final stages of his illness. When Carl finally passed away in March 2025, the dark side of Hollywood watched as the world's most energetic star became a sovereign ghost, paralyzed by a hard grief.
I'm just happy that he can be here.
Grief that the public never fully saw. 1.2, 2.3. The untold story of Theme 1 involves the unstoppable health rig that followed. We are deconstructing how Dolly's hard neglect of her own well-being during Carl's final months unclenched a secret medical crisis. The transcript of her sister Stella's public plea for prayers in late 2025 hinted at a nightmare situation where Dolly's own strength was failing. Reports suggest she suffered a sovereign physical breakdown due to exhaustion and a hard refusal to eat or sleep while grieving. This rigged the end of her 79th year with a series of quiet hospitalizations that the media giants tried to keep unclenched from the headlines to protect her unstoppable brand. 6.2. The verdict of this chapter is that the Parton sacrifice was the ultimate sovereign act of love. By Hard choosing her husband over the limelight, she told the media giants that her heart is unstoppable even if her body is human. She proved that even a sovereign queen has a breaking point, showing that the most hard battle she ever fought wasn't for a Grammy or an Oscar, but for the unclenched piece of the man she loved for nearly 60 years. In this second hard segment of our investigation, we deconstruct the unstoppable technological pivot that Dolly Parton is using to rig her immortality as she moves through March 2026. While the media giants have obsessed over her physical absence from the touring circuit, the hard truth is that Dolly has been quietly building a sovereign digital empire that will keep her presence alive long after she decides to unclench from the stage. We are uncovering a Hollywood secret. Dolly isn't just retiring. She is hard, uploading her soul into a multi-billion-dollar multimedia machine. The hard reality of her 80th year is the launch of the digital Dolly era. For years, the dark side of Hollywood speculated about an ABBA-style hologram tour, but in a sovereign and controversial move, Dolly initially pushed back, stating she didn't want to leave her soul on a computer chip. However, as of 2026, the rig has changed. We are deconstructing the threads. My Songs and Symphony Tour, which is currently unstoppable across 12 major U.S. cities, including a hard 3-night run with the Nashville Symphony this month. 2.3. This sovereign experience unclenches Dolly from the physical toll of performing, using hard, immersive visuals and orchestral arrangements to tell her story while she remains safely in her sovereign home. The untold story of Theme 2 involves the unstoppable Broadway rig. While the world thought she was unclenched from the spotlight, Dolly was hard at work on Hello, I'm Dolly, her massive biomusical set to hit Broadway later in 2026. 5.3. The transcript of her production meetings reveals a nightmare level of detail as she oversees every hard aspect of the show to ensure her sovereign legacy is rigged exactly how she wants it. Furthermore, she is opening the Dolly's Life of Many Colors Museum in 2026, the largest exhibit of her life ever created. Unclenched on the 3rd floor of her Sovereign Songtella Hotel. 3.2. The verdict of this chapter is that the legacy rig of 2026 is the ultimate strength play. By Hard, transitioning into museums, symphonies, and Broadway, she has told the media giants that her brand is unstoppable. She has rigged a future where the nightmare of age cannot touch her, showing that a sovereign queen knows how to unclench from the present to live forever in the hard and sparkling digital future. In this third hard segment of our investigation, we deconstruct the nightmare health rumors that have rigged the headlines throughout early 2026. While the media giants try to maintain a sovereign image of Dolly as the unstoppable iron butterfly, the hard truth revealed in the private transcript of the Parton family suggests a much more nightmare reality. We are uncovering a Hollywood secret. The reason Dolly's sister, Stella, had to sovereignly take to social media to ask for prayers wasn't just her grief. It was because Dolly's own strength had reached a hard, breaking point that threatened to unclench her from the world she loves. The hard reality of January 2026 was a sovereign medical emergency that the dark side of Hollywood tried to bury. The transcript of her inner circle reveals that just days before her 80th birthday, Dolly suffered a hard and sudden physical collapse. Sources close to the sovereign star suggest that years of wearing hard and heavy wigs, high-inch heels, and restrictive corsets, all to maintain her unstoppable image, have finally rigged her body with chronic nightmare spinal issues. This hard physical toll, combined with the unclenched grief from losing Carl, led to a sovereign surgery in late 2025 that was kept unstoppable in its secrecy until the hard truth began to leak through her family's concern. The untold story of Theme 3 involves the unstoppable recovery rig she is undergoing in March 2026. We are deconstructing why Dolly has canceled all live television interviews for this month. The transcript of her medical advisors suggests a sovereign directive for hard vocal rest and limited mobility, while she sovereignly records audio messages to unclench the public's fear. The hard truth is that the nightmare of her 80th year has been one of sovereign seclusion. She has reportedly rigged her Nashville estate into a hard wellness sanctuary, using unstoppable holistic treatments to regain the strength she lost during the nightmare year of 2025. The verdict of this chapter is that the health rig of 2026 is Dolly's most hard battle yet. By sovereignly choosing to hide her pain, she told the media giants that her strength is unstoppable, even when her body is hard and broken. She proved she could unclench herself from the nightmare of public scrutiny to rig a private recovery, showing that a sovereign queen's greatest strength is knowing when a hard step back to save herself. Theme 4, the $650 million sovereign fortune. The truth about Dolly's inheritance. In this hard segment of our investigation, we deconstruct the unstoppable financial empire that Dolly Parton has rigged for the future as she reaches 80. While the media giants often focus on her humble coat of many-colored beginnings, the hard truth of March 2026 is that Dolly sits atop a $650 million sovereign fortune that is currently being reorganized following the nightmare passing of her husband, Carl Dean. We are uncovering a Hollywood secret. With no children to inherit her unstoppable wealth, the rig for who controls the Parton legacy have become a sovereign battle for the future of Tennessee. The hard reality of her inheritance plans shifted significantly after March 2025. The transcript of Carl Dean's will reveal that he left his entire $20 million estate to Dolly, consolidating their sovereign assets under her sole control. 3.1. However, at 80, Dolly is unstoppable in her mission to unclench her wealth from personal gain. In March 2026, she is pouring a fortune into her latest sovereign venture, the Dolly Parton Children's Hospital. 5.1. The transcript of her recent business moves reveals she is rigging her estate to ensure that her $650 million doesn't just sit in a bank, but unstoppable flows into pediatric cancer research and her imagination library, which she views as her sovereign children. The untold story of Theme 4 involves the unstoppable business rig of 2026. We are deconstructing how Dolly is expanding her empire into unexpected territories to sovereignly fund her philanthropy. In March 2026, she rigged the market by announcing Dolly's Tennessee and travel stops, a hard competitor to major gas station chains, designed to bring sovereign Southern hospitality to the highways. 5.2. While the dark side of Hollywood whispers about her unclenched spending, the hard truth is that every rigged business deal, from her new song Telehotel opening in June 2026 to her unstoppable pet clothing lines, is a sovereign brick in a foundation meant to outlast her. 2.2. The verdict of this chapter is that the Parton fortune rig is the ultimate strength play. By hard, refusing to sell her 3,000 song catalog, estimated at over $400 million, she told the media giants that her sovereign voice is not for sale. 2.1. She has rigged a future where her nieces, nephews, and the children of the world are her unstoppable heirs, proving that a sovereign queen's greatest strength is knowing how hard give it all away to ensure her legend remains unstoppable forever. In this fifth hard segment of our investigation, we deconstruct the most unstoppable and shocking rumor currently rigging the Nashville social scene in March 2026. While the media giants have focused on Dolly as eternal widow of Carl Dean, the hard truth revealed in recent reports from Radar Online and the News International suggests a sovereign plot twist that no one saw coming. We are uncovering a Hollywood secret. Just 1 year after the nightmare passing of her husband of 59 years, Dolly Parton is reportedly unclenched from her vow of solitude and is ready to hard walk down the aisle once again. 1.1, 1.2. The hard reality of March 2026 is that Dolly has reportedly found a sovereign new spark. The transcript of insider leaks reveals that while she initially stated she would hard stay single forever, the nightmare of loneliness has led her to unclench her heart. Sources claim she's been sovereignly dating a mystery man for several months, someone who has helped her find her unstoppable spunk again following the hard first anniversary of Carl's death on March 3rd, 2026. 1.3. An insider hard declared she may be 80, but there's still plenty of time to find a new man. Dolly will get married again. 1.1. The untold story of Theme 5 involved the unstoppable vow-breaking rig. We are deconstructing how this sovereign shift has hard divided her fan base. While the dark side of Hollywood whispers that it's too soon, those close to the sovereign queen say she is unstoppable in her pursuit of joy. The transcript reveals that Dolly feels hard and playful again, rigging her 80th year with a sovereign energy that many thought was unclenched forever. 1.1. Whether she is hard planning a secret ceremony at her Nashville estate or simply sovereignly enjoying the company of a new partner, the hard truth is that the nightmare of her grief is being replaced by an unstoppable new chapter of love. 1.2. The verdict of this chapter is that the new love rig of 2026 is Dolly's ultimate strength play. By hard, refusing to live out her days in a nightmare of mourning, she told the media giants that her heart is unstoppable. She proved she could unclench herself from the hard expectations of the public and rig a future where she is sovereignly loved, showing that at 80, the nightmare is over and the unstoppable queen of country is ready to hard love again. In this final hard segment of our investigation, we deconstruct the unstoppable state of the Parton Empire as we move through March 2026. While the media giants have long whispered about the nightmare of her retirement, the hard truth is that Dolly has rigged her 80th year to be her most sovereign yet. We are uncovering a Hollywood secret. Dolly is currently unclenching from her past limitations to build a sovereign future that combines high-tech innovation with hard business expansion, ensuring her legend remains unstoppable for another century. 1.1, 3.2. The hard reality of March 2026 is that Dolly is preparing for her most sovereign public return. After months of nightmare silence following her health struggles, she is scheduled to appear at the Dollywood 2026 opening day on March 13th, just 2 days from now. 3.2. The transcript of the park's rigged off-season reveals a hard and intense 71-day push to unclench new attractions like the Night Flight Expedition, an immersive ride that uses sovereign tech to mimic the fireflies of the Smokies. 1.3, 1.5. This unstoppable return to her sovereign soil tells the dark side of Hollywood that while she may avoid the grueling road, she is still the strength behind her billion-dollar kingdom. The untold story of Theme 6 involves a sovereign travel stop rig. We are deconstructing how Dolly is expanding her influence into the very infrastructure of America. In March 2026, she is unstoppable in the final permitting stages of Dolly's Tennessean travel stop, a hard and rigged luxury rest center designed to unclench drivers from a nightmare of the road. 4.1. 4.2. Furthermore, the Sovereign Songteller Hotel and the Life of Many Color Museum are accepting reservations for their June 2026 grand opening, rigging a future where her story is told in the largest sovereign exhibit ever created. 1.1, 3.3. The final verdict of our investigation is that the Parton 80 rig is the ultimate sovereign victory. By pivoting into Broadway symphonies and unstoppable travel centers, she has told the media giants that her strength is unclenchable by age or nightmare grief. She has rigged a 2026 where she is more sovereign than ever before, proving that the hard truth about Dolly Parton is that she will never unclench her crown as the unstoppable Queen of Tennessee. The final verdict: the sovereign survival of Dolly Parton. In this final hard conclusion to our investigation, we deconstruct the true cost of the Parton rig. At 80, the hard truth is that Dolly Parton has successfully unclenched herself from the dark side of Hollywood to build a global empire that is truly unstoppable. We have uncovered the final Hollywood secret. Her strength didn't come from the stage or the cameras, but from the sovereign resilience she forged while caring for those she loved during her most nightmare years. She has rigged her own destiny, proving that even a hard 80th year cannot stop a sovereign vision. The verdict is clear. Dolly Parton is the ultimate survivor of the industry's hard reality. She has unclenched the grip of age and rigged a life of absolute influence. She is a sovereign queen of her own narrative, and at 80, she is just getting started. The investigation continues with you. As we close this hard chapter, remember, the only way to unclench the truth from the media giants is to stay informed. If this investigation gave you the strength to see the sovereign truth behind the rigged world of Dolly Parton, hit that like button and subscribe right now. Your unstoppable support is what tells the YouTube algorithm that this independent journalism is vital. Subscription is the only way to ensure these hard truths aren't silenced by the nightmare of corporate censorship. I want to hear from you. What part of Dolly's journey shocked you the most? Was it the hard loss of Carl Dean or her sovereign move into travel centers? Drop a comment below. And now, do not leave yet. You must watch the video appearing on your screen right now. I promise you that investigation is even more hard, more interesting, and more passionate than this one. It will unclench secrets you never thought possible. Click it now and keep the sovereign journey alive.